Hello everyone, I want to make a video about choosing the right boxing gloves for you. Now, I decided to do this video because I was quite annoyed when I saw online how, even with those channels where people have millions of subscribers, they do not give a good advice. And here is why. So, everybody knows the higher the price of the glove, the better the quality, at least in 90% of the cases, right? So we all know that if you pay more, probably the leather is gonna be better, the glove is not gonna break as fast, and we know that, there might be some extra comfort provided, like some thumb protection. We all know that. We don't need advice for this. However, the advice I never got, and I had to find out myself in a more painful way because I had to buy the gloves, wait for them, receive them, and send them back. Which is quite annoying if you're kind of happy and can't wait to have another boxing session, but you don't have your gloves yet because your old ones are broken and you can't find a good new pair. And that's quite annoying, and I haven't found the right advice so far, so I want to share something with you guys. One thing you should pay attention when buying gloves is that, as you can see, this pair here, I bought that in Europe. This is just for the sake of argument. The brand here does not matter, so just ignore it. We know that gloves have different sizes, right? We have 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 ounces. This is a 12 one. One important thing is that you should check the weight of your glove on the weight scale. So we have those gram scales that are used, at least here in Europe, we call it a gram. Depends on your country and culture, you might have different measurement units. Usually these scales are used for cooking, but you can use them to weight your gloves. So basically just put the glove on it and see its weight, because what I have found out that just because the glove is a 12-ounce glove, it does not mean that the weight is the same. One more time. The size of the glove does not mean that the weight is gonna be the same, because we are used to expect that the bigger the size, the heavier the glove, but it's not true. So there's a brand I don't want to mention from England, which gloves I have bought, and the glove was exactly the same size like this one. It was about 200 to 300 grams heavier than this glove, despite the same size. And you could really feel this difference when you've been working out on a heavy bag. So one more time, my advice to you is check your weight, measure the weight. Do not trust the size number. They're sometimes here, or it's mentioned somewhere on the webpage. Do not trust it. Weight your glove, because you want gloves that are stable, that they're good quality, but you don't want heavy gloves, at least not heavier than they're supposed to be for their size, right? Now, another advice I want to give to you is that you should watch out if the glove is hard or not. So basically this part here, right, the knuckle part, they sometimes can be very hard, and sometimes they can be soft. Now, depends what your purpose is. You might want to have a soft glove, because if you're sparring with a sparring partner and you don't want to hurt each other, then maybe you want to have a softer glove that is suitable for sparring, because there are also heavy bag gloves that tend to be quite hard here, and it's really uncomfortable. And if you get that in your face, even if you're using a helmet, the damage is just much bigger. So if you have a sense for, fair sportsmanship, and the guys you're training with, you don't want to hurt them, check out the leather, check out the materials. Is that a hard glove or is that a soft glove? That's one important thing, because sometimes they don't mention what the glove is for. So this is one thing you want to pay attention to, maybe. Another important thing is nowadays in fashion is the so-called Velcro strap. So what a Velcro strap is, traditionally you have a strap here, right? But nowadays what they make is they make a double strap system. Basically you have one more strap here, as you can see. So basically you put your hand in, and then you strap it 2 times like this. This is important because I like it, me personally, I like it to have my wrist here to be stiff. I don't like to be able to move my hands like this when I'm boxing. Why? Because even in a real fight situation for self-defense in the streets, if you're gonna punch somebody in the face like this and you're gonna bend your wrist, right, and you hit, you're gonna hurt yourself, right? The same goes with a hook. If you punch a hook like this, you're gonna break your damn wrist. So you wanna hold your wrist stiff and then just move your arm, but you don't wanna move your wrist too much. So a stiff wrist is also good because it creates muscle memory. It teaches you to always hold your hands stiff, right? One thing you can do is develop your muscles in this area. The other thing, yes, we have those bandages that's supposed to stabilize your fist, but you just feel an extra comfort with a Velcro strap, in my opinion. I just noticed that it becomes even more stiff, which just helps me to train that muscle memory that, hey, every time you punch, it doesn't matter what type of punch it is, hold your hand stiff. You know, you can be flexible when it comes to your elbow, shoulder movement, but you're gonna hurt yourself if you move your wrist. So keep in mind, you might want to try out a boxing glove with a Velcro strap. I find it much more comfortable. And the last thing, of course, that is mentioned in other videos as well is the quality of the material, because you don't want the gloves break too soon. So usually gloves that made of genuine leather said to last longer. However, this is something you have to check out by yourself and see. My personal experience is that artificial leather is just as good. I had gloves made from artificial leather that were lasting for 5 years. So check it out yourself. But yes, the main purpose here in this video is to inform you that weight is a very important thing, and that wrist stability is also a very important thing. And this is stuff that many guys don't talk about when they give you advice about boxing gloves. I hope you find this clip useful, and I wish you the best. And yeah, have fun with your new boxing gloves.